In July 2017, I found myself sitting in Mleczarnia, a charming cafe in the heart of Kazimierz, Krakow. I was there for a randka, a date, with a Polish girl I had been chatting with online. Naturally, I was excited, but I was also quite nervous. You know how it goes. And when I'm nervous, well, I tend to switch to English. It's my comfort zone. Although I had been learning Polish for quite a while by that point, I did not feel confident because that was the first time I would have to use my Polish in person, in the moment, and to top it all off, on a date. Naturally, I started off the date hoping to avoid the uncomfortable situation by saying, "Hey, let's speak English, okay?" She gave me a look, the kind of look that said, "You really think you're getting away with this?" Then she smiled and said, Nie, super mówisz po polsku. Gadamy po polsku, oczywiście. And just like that, our entire date, all 6 hours of it, transpired in Polski. It was an eye-opening experience for me. I had studied Polish a lot. I had all the input, movies, books, podcasts, and even Skype sessions with my tutor. But nothing had prepared me for this. Speaking for real, in person, with an attractive lady sitting across from me? Yep, that's a whole different beast. Why fluency requires more than input. Here's the thing. No matter how much you study or how many podcasts you listen to, when it comes to using a language in real life, it's a shock. This is not unique to me. It happens to everyone. Why? Why do we study for hours and still feel like we can't speak when the moment comes? Simple. We are stuck in this gap between learning and using the language. There is this disconnect between what you know in your head and what you can actually say in a conversation. Let me tell you a little secret. Watching movies, reading books, and listening to podcasts is fantastic for building your vocabulary, grammar, and listening comprehension. Dat is een goed begin. But it's not enough. Going back to 2017, a few months after that fateful encounter in Krakow, I met my date's brother. Yes, the date went well, despite my horrible Polish. My date's brother barely spoke any English. Sometimes I got the impression I was speaking to a lively and very nice Polish version of Tarzan. But you know what? We had the craziest conversations because even though his English grammar was a nightmare and his vocabulary was limited, he kept talking to me. He got his point across perfectly despite his shortcomings. That's when something clicked for me. Fluency is not about perfection. It's about communication and being able to deliver and receive messages. El perfecto es el enemigo de lo bueno. 7 ways to go from language learner to language user. So, how do you transition from an input abuser to a language user? Talk to yourself. First, start by talking to yourself. I know it sounds crazy, and you might sound crazy while doing this, but talking to yourself helps a lot. Just 3 to 5 minutes per day can go a long way. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate learner, get your mouth moving so the language starts grooving. Describe your day or tell yourself a story. Övning ger färdighet. I do this with my notebooks and I have so much fun. Look at this picture of me in the park talking to myself. The birds and the old people next to me probably thought I belonged in an insane asylum, but little did they know I was like Aladdin on his magic carpet, exploring a whole new world. You don't have to do it outside. Keep it stress-free by doing it at home because it's fun and it's very, very effective if you learn to do it the right way. Find the others. Who are the others? The ghosts in that horror movie with Nicole Kidman? No, it's the people who speak your target language. You don't need to dive in with people on the street or in real life right away. You can start with a tutor. Find someone who will make you feel safe and comfortable, especially while you're butchering their language. Hire for attitude, not competence. A friendly tutor who does not know the grammar rules of the subjunctive but is friendly and receptive is way, way better than a competent professor who knows the ins and outs of the grammar of his own native language. And if you're looking for a safe and supportive environment to practice, check out my Smart Language Learning Academy. We offer courses and coaching designed to help you move from study to real life use. It's all about getting out of your head and into a conversation. Say hi to AI. Technology has made so much easier to practice speaking without the fear of judgment. Nowadays, you can talk to our eventual overlords and masters, the machines. I kid, but I truly love having my 5-minute conversation with ChatGPT first thing in the morning because it's about as stress-free as can be. Technology is advancing at a rapid rate, and soon enough you'll be able to mimic real-life, fast-paced conversations without bothering your friend, finding the right time with a tutor, or having to pretend you like the only person who speaks your target language in your area, even though they smell bad and claim dinosaurs are just a fairy tale. Get personal. It's not just about who you're talking to, but also what you're talking about. In order to enjoy the process of using a language, you need to select themes and topics that are relevant to you and your daily life. I personally love talking about astronomy, neuroscience, and languages, but you might prefer talking about Pokemon, nipple rings, and serial killer documentaries on Netflix. Combining your passions into your practice will help you become proficient. Whether it's a friend, a teacher, or the phone you've become addicted to, talk about subjects that have substance and significance to you. Keep going. As I was watching the very last season of Game of Thrones, I turned to my good old friend Winston Churchill and I asked him whether or not it was worth watching this monstrosity. All he said in return was, "If you're going through hell, keep going." Using your language is not easy, but no pain, no gain, my lovely language nerds. Once you get past the fear of speaking and you learn how to deal with making mistakes, things start to magically fall into place. Over time, your ability to use your language will get better and better, but there's no skipping over the beginning phases like you would a Netflix intro. The more you try, the more you experiment, and the more conversations you have, the better your brain gets at figuring things out, be it grammar, pronunciation, or vocabulary. So, keep going. Use social media. No, I do not mean mind-numbingly scrolling through videos or checking up on random people who attended Burning Man. I mean using social media apps such as WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram, or any others to send voice messages in your target language. Use social media. Do not let it use you. Start with a simple voice message to a friend and challenge yourself to speak at least for a minute. If you're really nervous, re-record it a few times and play back until you have a recording that is decent enough for you. It's important to send it in order to get feedback and to continue the conversation with your native speaker buddy. Trust me, it's nerve-wracking at first, but it gets to be a lot of fun later on. Find a way. Your job as a language learner is to use the language in real life. Whether it's chatting with a friend, ordering coffee, or traveling, find opportunities to use the language in real-world scenarios. Go out there and find friends who speak your language. Your language skills will come to life and grow exponentially when you expose yourself to real-life interactive situations. Buying groceries, talking to someone on the phone, arguing with a local hospital to get your son the heart transplant he needs, even though he is the last person on the donor list. Whatever the situation may be, you need to seek it out to master your language. So, what are you waiting for? At the end of the day, fluency is about more than knowledge. It's about confidence. It's about emotions and using the language in real life. It's about you being willing to make mistakes, to feel embarrassed, and to communicate by any means necessary. 千里之行，始于足下. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Even the longest and most difficult ventures have a starting point, and great accomplishments are achieved through small initial efforts. So, take that step. Speak. Use the language. And remember, it's not about perfection and performance. It's about process and progress. If you want to know more language learning advice, I've created a free ebook and audiobook to help guide you in your journey towards fluency. It's completely free, no strings attached, and you can get it by clicking on the link I have provided just below. At the same time, if you're looking for a quality product or resource to start using your language with confidence, then check out my Speakeasy course. It's meant to improve your speaking skills in your target language in 12 days. And if you're not happy with the course, you can always get your money back. The choice is yours, my friend. May you find the fluency that you're seeking. As always, thanks for watching, happy language learning, and see you in the next video.